Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and as you can see we've resprayed the white Impreza Type RA, but unfortunately to see the end product you're going to have to watch it to the end of the video, and honestly I promise you that you won't be disappointed at the end of this, because this car looks absolutely epic. So please remember to hit that subscribe button and the like to see more future content, because I've got loads coming. So the plan is this week that we're going to be respraying the white RA. It's going to be like quite straightforward, to be honest. I mean, it's just a full respray, but there's a lot of work in this car, because as you can see from the paintwork, it's not in the best condition, so every panel is going to have to be like fully prepared, really taken back, because as you can see here, you know, it's really rough. I don't know what they've done. It looks to me like it's been painted with an aerosol at some point. You know, we've got some rust areas here. There's quite a lot of, it's been taken back to the bare metal here. These trims as well, these trims are knackered really, but I've managed to source some. Going to be removing the bonnet, bumpers, all the lights, tailgate, all the door handles, indicators, mud flaps, anything like that, and all the trim. As you can see, we've already been removing the spoiler. So we did think that this car was absolutely mint, and to be fair, it is for its age, but we have come across one bit of rust, and it's obviously where the water's just been sitting in here. Yeah, so this bit's, unfortunately, it's gone. I've got a sort of a hole here and a hole here. Yeah, so we're gonna have to cut this bit out, and we're gonna have to weld a piece in there. But obviously, this will all it will all have to be custom made. You know, we'll have to get some steel plate and weld it in. This is basically what we've got that was in the repair. Some mesh with some Japanese bodge. Pretty good. No, terrible. Yeah, so what we're going to do is basically cut bits of plate out, and we're going to fit into there, sort of thing. You know, we'll weld it. Obviously, we'll make some bits first for here, and then my dad's going to cut up here and around there, and then we'll basically weld the plate in there, and then another plate in here. So that's where the rubber sits in, and then we'll put a plate in here, and then we'll finally put a plate going around here. Yeah, that's so we'll totally reconstruct this corner, which is a little bit of work. We didn't expect it, but that's what happens when you're doing. But that's obviously what happens when you're doing 30-year sort of restorations or work on 30-year-old vehicles. Well, this is the first time I've actually had the wheels off, and really good condition on here, like, and it's quite a good spec on the car as well. As you can see here, Bilstein Pro Drive dampers and springs, and the front caliper is actually really good. I didn't actually have a proper look at them, but they probably just need to clean up, and I'll just refurbish the two pots that I got for the rear, and it comes there with the STI rated hoses as well. So basically what we're doing is here building up a section to go into this bit here. So on the RA version 1 and 2, the door handles were black. So to get them off, you need to take out the door panel from the inside. To be fair, it was only held on by 2 screws, so one in here, and there was another one that sat literally in there like that, and then the door panel just literally popped off. that's 2 down and 2 to go. And then we've literally got the wing mirrors to come off and the bonnet to come off and the door seals, and that's it. And then we've fully stripped the car, ready for sanding tomorrow. So another little problem that I've run into on this project is the door handles. So obviously I'm taking the door handles off, but as you can see, there's no metal insert inside these anymore. That is because here they are now on the car. Because what's basically happened is basically they've just come off. So basically they've come off from inside the door handle. So basically what I have to do is now is going to have to take obviously put a socket on the back of here, and then some roll grip or something on here, take these off, and then what we'll do is we'll basically clean inside of here, and then we'll araldite them back in, so they'll be as good as new again and they'll be well stuck in. But this is what happens when you're working on 30-year-old vehicles. These window trims, they can be a bit of a nightmare to get off some things. I've seen people put, screwdrivers up here and trying to pop them off and stuff like that, and then they end up breaking. Basically, you've got 3 clips behind here, and all you need to do is pop the front off, and then press the trim in, keep it tight, and just slide the whole thing back. It takes a little bit of effort. You just got to be careful, and you've got to watch it going past all the clips. And then basically that's it. Because the thing is, if you kink these, then it could be a bit of a nightmare to get back to its shape. Well, that's it. That's it all stripped now, ready for sanding. This is me fucking father. Basically saying that I'm fucking stupid. Saying that I'm stupid because I put the bumper stand the wrong way. Yes, because I put the bumper stand upside down, so I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. So we've got the tailgate sanded. A couple of little bits of filler put in. Put the front bumper sanded. A couple of little bits of filler here and here. To be honest, it was a bit of a nightmare, the front bumper, to be honest, because I think whoever had the car previously in Japan, they've done like a respray at home, and it was just covered in runs and like thick sort of primary paint. You can just see I've had to take a lot of it back to the bare plastic, and the back bumper as well. That's been sanded. So I'm on with the bonnet now, and my dad's on with the spoiler. What a life, eh? What a life you've got. What a life you've got, working outside. Doesn't matter how much WD-40 you put on, you still snap bulbs. So we're at the stage now where we're starting to prime some of the bits. So basically you've got the bumpers, the mud flaps, the vents, and got a little bit to do on the tailgate. That's the bumpers primed. The vents and the mud guards they're going to be primed and then top coated. So we've just painted these bits in here satin black, and then we'll just mask these bits off, and then the bumpers will be ready for painting. So that's the bonnet, the tailgate and the spoiler painted. Now we're moving on to sanding down the car. And we're just going along the body panels, having a look along the light. As you can see, there's a few dings in there, you see. So we're just circling them. So as you can see here, if you keep the sander flat, what it does is it automatically picks out the highs and the lows, and then you're revealed with dips in the bodywork. And now my dad's just putting a bit of filler in there, ready for flatten off with the sander. And then once you've given it a quick DA and got most of the rough off, then what you need to do is you need to block the whole side of the car down. It's quite a lengthy process this, but it's the only way to do it, and it leaves a lovely smooth flat finish at the end. So as you can see here, we're doing like a repair on the upper door frame, and there's a bit of a hole here, so we filled it. And as you can see, we want to get this nicely feathered in. So the front is starting to feather in nicely. We've still got a little bit of a hard sort of edge here and the back. So we want all the way around here to look like that. And then we'll know that, but then we know that we're nice and flat. So back to that repair that my dad was doing. As you can see, he's built up the diameter bit that has a couple of plates in there, and then what he's did is he's then welded that bit in. He's cut out another plate where the flat bit is. He's added a dimple into it, and then he's welded it all up. and then he grinds off the weld, wire brushes it to clean it all, and then primers it, fills it, and then it's ready for some top coat after that. Pretty awesome repair if I do say myself. Well, that's us pretty much done with all the prep work now. We are just sort of semi-masked off, and we're just going to spot prime all these bits. So that's all the spot primer all flattened off, and we've got the car fully masked off, ready for painting.
Build a weapon, one that blows the world away. Build a rocket that'll come and take away us all. Gonna come back, I am coming back in a day. Build a weapon that'll turn us into new boy once again. Build a weapon.
So that's the car basically, all machine polished, like basically flattened off and trisacked and machine polished. So it's looking beautiful, as you can see. Yeah, we've just fitted the bonnet, and I fitted the roof scoop as well, where it is there, somewhere like that. Now I'm just going to go over everything, and basically clean everything up and start fitting it back on the car. So I've got a few bags of M6 bolts and M8 just for rebuilding it back up. I'm just giving all the sort of the black trim that goes inside the bonnet. This is like the turbo sort of scoop, internal scoop that goes inside the bonnet scoop, and these are like the backing plates for the bonnet vents.
I am coming back in a day. Build a weapon that'll turn us into new borns again. Build a weapon, one that blows the world.
Kind of just need to make sure that everything's all nice and clean. New bolts in there. These brackets are nice and clean. I've resprayed them black as well, just to finish it off. So it's looking like new, you see.
Build a weapon that'll turn us into new borns again.
So that's the front end of the car done. Now, front all built up. Now we're going to start building them here.
Build a rocket that'll come and take away us all. Gonna come back, I am coming back in a day. Build a weapon that'll turn us into new borns again. Build a weapon, one that blows the world away.
So they've all been primed and top coated in satin black. As you can see, they're all nice and painted up lovely. So that's the wing mirrors on. One side, all done. Door handles, window trim, new rubbers in there. So we've got a couple of SDI Technical emblems, which are going to go on there, sort of like that. So we've got the WRX sticker to go on. In the middle, just like that. So last, but certainly not least, most importantly, the finishing touch to this car. There we go.
Absolutely awesome. Now I did say that I would promise you something really good at the end, and here we go. Here's a finished product. Thank you for watching, and if you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. And I'm just going to leave you now to enjoy the car. Thank you very much.